Of the Committee on Finance is hereby resumed. This afternoon, I would like to welcome the respective heads and members of the FDCP family, MTRCB family, as well as the OMB family. Age Before Beauty? Chairman Santos, insofar as the FDCP is concerned, if you have a brief presentation, emphasis on the word brief, you may proceed, sir.
I'll try to make it as fast as I can.
Yes, sir.
Senator,
Baka may dumating pa ho kasi.
Magandang hapon po, Senator. The Film Development Council of the Philippines is an agency under the Office of the President created through RA 9167 on June 7, 2002. I can go straight to our programs, Senator. First, we have under the Sining Pambansa program, FDCP will continue to hold the following festivals: the World Premiere Film Festival in June 2015. The fourth Sining Pambansa National Film Festival will now be held in November 2014. This National Film Festival, Your Honor, will feature films produced by FDCP with master directors. This year, the festival will be known as Sining Pambansa Horror Film Festival. The National Film Festival will be held on an annual basis through SM Cinema nationwide. The second World Premiere Film Festival will be held in June next year. In 2014, the first ever International Film Festival with competitive section for the world premiere was held in the Philippines, successfully over 40 films, participation of 27 countries. Jury included respected personalities from Cannes, Indonesia, and Hong Kong. This festival is the only one of its kind in Asia that features competitive section for the world premiere of films and will now be held annually. The World Premiere Film Festival includes the following sector: world premiere, 8 films in the main competition, 3 films from Spain, 1 film from Brazil, Ecuador, Iran, Turkey, and the Philippines. Out of the competition have already been premiered in other festivals: Cine Verde, competition of environmental films; ASEAN Skies, film from ASEAN member states; and the Euroview, European films. And we also included, Your Honor, Iberico America, which are films from Iberian Peninsula and Latin American countries. Cinematheque screening, assorted of international film from Cinematheque screenings, was also held. Now we have the Film Investment Program, Your Honor, to supplement the Sining Pambansa program. FDCP has also embarked on the Film Investment Program, where FDCP provides partial funding for the production of films selected from the world premiere, the National Film Festival, and co-production of selected films project. The Film Investment Program, Your Honor, in 2014, we produced Mula Kung Ano Ang Noon for the World Premiere Film Festival. There are 4 films. Listed are The Tiyanak by Peki Calyaga. They are now shooting this film, and will entail some CGI technology. Hukbulan by Gil Portes, Hukluban by Gil Portes, Sigaw sa Hating Gabi ni Romy Susara, and Bakaw by Boy Vinarao. Co-production of qualified film projects: Karatula by Mes de Guzman, Esoterica by Elwood Perez, documentary on the life of national artists for film Geraldo de Leon by Dick Trofeo, and Isandaang Damit, Tata Celo, and Faith Love Time, and Dr. Lazaro by the Film Academy, with the Film Academy of the Philippines in their Cine Panitic program. We are very honored also, Your Honor, and that the film Mula sa Kung Ano Ang Noon by the filmmaker Lav Diaz, which was the Philippine entry to the World Premiere Festival, won the grand prize and the best ensemble performance. It went on to become the biggest winner of the Locarno Film Festival, an A-list festival. It brought home the following prestigious awards: the Pardo de Oro, the highest honor bestowed by the Locarno International Film Festival in the competition division; the singular highest honor ever accorded to Philippine cinema. The Don Quixote Prize, an award given by the International Federation of Film Society. The environmental, the environment is its quality of life prize handed out by the Locarno Festival Youth Jury. The FIPRESI International Critics Prize, the Bocalino de Oro Independent Critics Award for Best Actress for Hazel Orencio for her role in the film. The government, Your Honor, is very proud to have produced this film with Love Diaz. The award is simply unprecedented. In that light, we are also co-producing his next two films as part of the trilogy on the continuing saga and the portrayal of Filipino tradition and cultural discourses in history. The Sining Pambansa International Leg, the exhibition of Filipino films to Filipino communities abroad in partnership with the DFA, Department of Foreign Affairs, through their various embassies and consular office. This year, FDCP has completed 9 engagements with our foreign post, which is these are in coordination with the DFA and various embassy and cultural offices abroad. This year, we have shown Filipino films in 9 foreign cities like Barcelona, Madrid, Ottawa, Beijing, Dhaka, Amman, New York, Milan, and Rome, and next quarter in Hong Kong through the various embassies and cultural office. We have also our program, Your Honor, Sine ng Masa. It's a mobile cinema. Particularly, this mobile cinema has traveled to as far north as Zamboanga City and as far as south as Zamboanga City and as far north as Pagudpud in Ilocos. FDCP currently has 2 mobile cinema units. One uses LCD panels, and the other with LED panel. The Sine ng Masa is very effective, Your Honor, in currently showing films in selected barangays in calamity-afflicted areas like Zamboanga City, where they just had the where today is the anniversary of that the turbulence that they have, the violence there, and the Cagayan de Oro after the flood, and the various municipalities in Leyte, Your Honor, after the Typhoon Haiyan. At the Cinematheque, we have 4 art houses, Your Honor. They are in Baguio City, Iloilo City, Davao City, and Zamboanga City. Our target is 16 cinematheques, 1 per region, in the next 3 to 4 years. So our ongoing negotiations for the sites are Cagayan de Oro, Palo Leyte, Intramuros, Manila, and the Puerto Princesa in Palawan. And then we have the Audiovisual Development Program, Your Honor, training of our young filmmakers, modular workshops, training seminars, and apprenticeship programs. To rationalize the conduct of trainings and workshop, FDCP has tapped the expertise of established film studios for the training of Filipino filmmakers in all aspects of film production. We conducted last May this year, Your Honor, FDCP in partnership with Reality Entertainment conducted the Summer Film Workshop, where courses were conducted for directing, editing, script writing, cinematography, and production and design. FDCP has also partnered with the ASEAN Film Commissions for the training of filmmakers, 2 from each country under the stewardship of international master filmmakers. We also conducted a workshop with the A Studios of Hong Kong, where Filipino interns were sent to Guangzhou studio to train as apprentices on the set of A Pound of Flesh featuring Jean-Claude Van Damme. FDCP has also provided assistance to annual training workshop conducted by the Mobile Fund. One of our very central to our mandate, Your Honor, is the National Film Archives, and we take very seriously to protect and safekeeping of our cultural legacy in film and other audiovisual formats, digitize and restore film negatives and prints, increase audiovisual holdings. Your Honor, since the last 4 years, we had 2,000 elements only in 2012. Now we are currently holding to almost 18,000 film elements. We want to begin the construction of a permanent film archive We are currently negotiating with a donor, Your Honor, in Tagaytay. So we are given donated by Alan.
Sir, last year pa yan. Ano nangyari dyan? You've been talking about that since last year.
Yes, yes. Well, because we had to coordinate with BIR for the tax exemption for the donor tax. So we were able to secure that, Your Honor, and now we have started talks again with San Miguel for them to give us the
So,
the
kumusta na
property.
po? Anong status?
Uh,
Nag-uusap
we
pa
are-
rin?
Yes, we just got the tax clearance exemption last month, Your Honor, and now we're holding talks again next week. And I think by before the end of the year, that should be firm and cemented, and that land will be at the National Film Archive. We are, hoping. Currently, Your Honor, we are working towards the developing of its collection of Filipino audiovisual work, ranging from the cinematic masterpieces to television shows, historical footage to sound recordings and sound studio production to independent and orphan films. Now, the film digitization and restoration is also one of our programs that is we have been very, very successful with. As you know, Your Honor, we have restored Genghis Khan in 1950s and Maynila ng Kuko ng Liwanag made in 1975 by Lino Broca. Currently, we are restoring Norberto Avellana's Portrait of the Artist sa Filipino, and that should be done by October. Should be finished by October. And we are digitizing Jerry De Leon's 48 Oras, Pedro Penduko at Noli Me Tangere. We are also currently holding talks with the same foundation, the foundation of Martin Scorsese that made Maynila sa Kuko ng Liwanag with us to restore Inxiang for this year, for next year, and hopefully that will be our Philippine entry to the Cannes Classics section in 2015. Maynila, Your Honor, also won for the best restoration in the world by the Federation of Commercial Audiovisual Libraries Focal Awards in London. So that was also an unprecedented, the first time for the Philippines to win that award, no, for restoration. This year we are partnering with Mike De Leon, yung patikang director po, at to restore the Portrait of the Artist, sa Filipino, a masterpiece by the national artist Lamberto Avellana. It will also digitize 3 films by the national artist for the film of Gerardo De Leon this year. So next year, like I mentioned, we are targeting Inxiang, and so now we're discussing this with the copyright holders of the film to have a partnership with the World Cinema Foundation again. So with the approval of next year's budget for the acquisition and digitization equipment, the NFAP would be able to provide greater access of its collection to the general public. Another program we have, Your Honor, is the International Film Expo. FDCP had just finished the 3rd International Film Expo and the International Film Conference at the SMX Convention Center. The IFX and the IFC are held annually so that the local film exhibitors can interact with their foreign exhibitors to promote the industry and provide access to local and international film markets. The Expo promotes the Philippines as the film corridor to Asia. The 3rd International Film Expo included local and international participants and exhibitors that took part in this year's biggest film convention and marketplace, held in SMX in Pasay from June 27 to 29. That's dalawang araw po ito. Not that 2 days po, we had 59 participating companies, 71 exhibitor booth, including the ASEAN Film Commissions, over 1,400 registered visitors. This year's the visitor traffic of 1,400 increased by 30% over last year's expo, and comprised mostly of production and content creators, 25%, film distributors, 21%, TV networks, 19%, artists and talent managers, 14%, cinema operators 10%, and professional audiovisual providers 10%. Another engagement that we had to create, Your Honor, in view of the ASEAN integration is related conferences, which is the International Film Conference, the Film ASEAN General Meeting, International Film Commission's Conference on Climate Change. The International Film Conference, Your Honor, is this theme this year was towards global connection, ASEAN, Ibero-America, and film funding from Europe. Simultaneously with the expo, international renowned experts share their expertise in the conference. This year, Your Honor, we had Susana de la Sierra, Director General del Instituto de la Cinematográfica y de las Artes Audiovisuales from Spain, and Shamsul Lusa, Advisor to the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy of Indonesia. Julian Ensana of the Centre National du Cinéma de la Image Animée of France. The program tackled issues of co-production in the Ibero-America region, inter-nation partnership between ASEAN member states, and avenues to strengthen cultural diversity in film.
Chair would like to acknowledge the presence of Senator Paul. Sabi ko sa inyo, bilisan yun eh.
Magandang hapon po, Senator. So we also had the International Film Commission's Conference on Climate Change, because we believe that the filmmaker and our film industry can partake in this this very important advocacy that our country is now very seriously into. FDCP implements innovative programs to promote the use of film and audiovisual images for universal advocacy such as climate change awareness and its mitigating programs. The International Expo 2014, held in June in Manila, launched the first ever International Film Commission's Conference on Climate Change. This conference will be replicated every year as part of the Philippine contribution to the climate change advocacy program of the United Nations and the World Bank. Film industry leaders and environmentalists gathered to listen, and the resource speakers that included Climate Change Commission Vice President Mary-Anne Lucille Sering, French Development Agency Director Luc Cabalec, and the Manila Observatory Senior Research Rosa Perez, and the World Bank Climate Change Consultant Ronald Ranvo. Another engagement we have with ASEAN, Your Honor, is the Film ASEAN. A closed-door meeting was held among all lead government agencies in the film development in the 10 ASEAN member states. FDCP spearheaded the organization of Film ASEAN Forum, which brings together all the lead agency in charge of film development in the ASEAN member state. This forum is currently seeking the official recognition from the ASEAN Secretariat and will continue to be the main forum for the development of ASEAN film agenda that would help achieve the ASEAN member state goal of integration. FDCP is the lead convener of Film ASEAN until 2017 and will continue playing a lead role in the implementation of the ASEAN film agenda. Then we go to our Cinema Evaluation Board, Your Honor, the CEB. This year, we have evaluated a total of 26 films and 26 applied, 19 mainstream, and 7 indies. Film graded are the 23. For A is 8. 4 from the mainstream and 4 from the indies, and films graded with B is 15, and 13 from the mainstream and dalawa po sa indie. The film graded A is given 100% rebate in the amusement tax collected on the admission tickets at the cinemas, while those graded B, Your Honor, are given 65% rebate on the amusement tax. FDCP applies the remaining 35% of the graded B films for all of its programs, like the films that we are investing into. And then we have also a program, Your Honor, the Film Cultural Exchange Program. Engages FDCP with various foreign embassies and cultural organizations in the conduct of film festivals initiated with the embassies and cultural organizations. Of course, we thank our colleague from the MTRCB, and of course, then as head of the MTRCB to signing that memo of agreement for that. That was a historic agreement that we that propelled a lot of cultural exchange between our country and other European and Asian countries.
Sir, tapusin na, sir.
Tapos na. Tapos na po. Yes.
Edit.
And then is the FESO, the last one is that to promote the Philippines as an ideal location for shooting films, facilitate permits for them, and promote film tourism programs in the country. Of course, we will welcome the film tourism that is being initiated by Senator Poe. We hope that to be very supportive of it. And this will actually promote, not only promote, but gives provide foreign production to look at the Philippines as a viable alternative to shoot their films. Sorry. I'll go straight to the budget now, Your Honor. So our budget, Your Honor, is the MMOE 101 General Fund. We have about, in 2014, we have 34 million, and for 2015 is 35 million. And the 151, a special account AMTAX, is 69 million, and it didn't change much for the 2015. The capital outlay through 101, the general fund, is 2 million, and for 2015 is 2015. This is because of the scanner that we are trying to, digitizer, that we would want for the film archives. And out of, so at a total of 127 million, Your Honor, but 69 million, Your Honor, is automatically remitted to the film producers. So actually, we are only getting 54 million and around that.
Mr. Chair, may I ask a quick question regarding the scanners? How much is your budget for the actual scanner, and what technology is it, from what country?
It's 8 million, Your Honor.
Only 8 million?
Yes.
And it can,
That's the basic scanner.
so it doesn't do any repairs?
Not yet.
Just scanning
Yes,
it
yes.
as it is?
Because since we have now, Senator, almost 18,000 film element, we need to save those because
Absolutely,
it's
absolutely.
just-
I think actually it's in the low end. I was thinking of the amount that you're spending, because normally we're looking at around close to 30 million
yes,
for
yes,
a German scanner.
I know. I know.
Thank you.
The Ariflex is very expensive, Your Honor, but I hope that with this amount we are still able to scan the.
Why did you ask for a high-end one?
We did, but this was the one that they.
Next year.
Yes.
Then maybe we can
maybe.
write a letter so that you can upgrade it.
Upgrade.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Actually, you have the money for it. How much did you say, sir?
8 million for the scanner.
Yeah, but I mean, you have additional income of 69,860,000.
That 69 million doesn't go to us, Your Honor. It's just
35% of that goes to you.
only 17. About 17 million, Your Honor.
As you said in your presentation earlier, 65% goes back, right, to the film producer for those graded B. 35% goes to you.
On the average, Your Honor, it's only about 17 million out of the 69 million that goes to us.
So that's 57, your total budget of 57 plus 17? 56,824?
Yes.
How will you allocate the 17, sir?
Well, our co-production, Your Honor, like the one that we are doing now for the Horror Film Festival with Peque Galiaga and then to Gil Portes and also Lav Diaz. No, so we can't really predict how much of the graded B are coming into us, or how
how many films are going to be graded A. So
But you have your projections. That's
More
why
or
you
less,
project
more or less.
17. Can you give us the allocation of the 17, assuming you can generate it for 2015? In addition to how you'll be allocating your budget of 56 million.
we will submit it to your honor. Yeah. Projected.
Next question, sir. May I ask the executive director, have you been submitting quarterly reports to the Senate Committee on Finance as mandated by law? And have been posting it in your website?
All all your honor is posted in our. Yes.
Have you been submitting to the Senate regularly quarterly reports on the availment of this fund
On the status of the film fund, we have been submitting, Your Honor.
to the committee?
The status of the film fund.
Pakipadala naman kami ng received
sige.
copy kung
Okay
saan po
po.
binigay.
Okay po.
If you have it now, actually, you can give it to us now.
Actually, Your Honor, the film fund, since we took office 4 years ago, we have never touched it because we felt that it might be a program that may not is not conducive for its implementation because of the arrangement and the way the film fund was conceived.
So you haven't availed of it?
Not a single cent, Your Honor.
So what did you submit to the committee, sir?
Because the fund has been previously utilized by the previous administration, and the outstanding balance is what we are maintaining in the bank.
Sir, just a few questions. Professional services of 7.2 million. Who gets paid for this? Where does this money go?
The 7.2 million, Your Honor, is basically for contractual personnel because our existing plantilla has not been increased, and we have already adopted several new programs for the FDCP. So we have instead hired contractual people to man the cinematheques,
Is that how DBM suggested it, sir? You call it professional services, although you hire contractuals.
These are contract service, Your Honor.
What I'm saying is, but the item is professional services. Accounting-wise, okay sa COA yun?
Yeah.
Walang problema yun?
That's the classification, Your Honor.
That's the classification,
Yes, Your Honor.
professional services.
Other professional services.
Actually, Your Honor, we are beginning to.
Wala akong nakalagay na other dito, professional services lang eh. No, we will correct it if just so that it'll be more accurate and it'll depict exactly how you will spend the money, because as I understand professional services to mean professional, di ba? I mean,
Yes, Your Honor. It also includes our consultants and as well as our contractual personnel. Like, for example, the Cinematheques, the National Film Archive, we do not have items for the people that are manning these
Since
facilities.
these are new programs, Your Honor, so we are still requesting, although it's starting to come in the National Film Archive, we have already 2 plantillas. So by trickles, it's coming, the more permanent position. But
we'll check with COA and DBM, but kindly submit us your suggestion to kung gusto yung professional and other services. The professional and other services. But kindly give us the allocation and itemized breakdown of the 7.2, sir. Also, the 6.580 on rent and lease. Basically of what, sir?
Our office is currently rented, and the Cinematheques, we have 2 Cinematheques that are on rent. The National Film Archive right now is just being rented also, Your Honor.
Kindly submit us the breakdown of that too, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Maraming salamat po.
Mr. Chair, I move to submit the budget of the Film Development Council of the Philippines.
Subject to the submissions requested by the chair, the same is hereby approved. The proposed budget for 2015 of FDCP is hereby favorably recommended to plenary for its deliberation and final approval. So ordered. Thank you, sir, and good afternoon.